All right, Eric, what do you say?
Oh, I say let's get ourselves started here. It is our March Roundtable. Welcome everybody to our March Roundtable virtual edition. We'll be starting our Roundtable with a pledge today. If you are in uniform, you may salute. If you're not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart and recite the pledge with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Well, Mark, we got a great lineup for us tonight. We're going to start out with some welcomes and recognition, our council recognition event, our derby race, our aquatics camps, our summer camp plans. We've got Michael Dermody to help us talk about that. We've got our reopening chart. Got some new news on that. Some fundraising options for those units that need some help or want to increase their funds. And then we'll have some time for some questions and answers at the end. So as we've been saying, please mute your speaker. You can always answer or enter your questions into the chat and we'll try to answer them for you. We are recording this call as a roundtable adult event. All right. Our recognition event, council recognition. So this is bringing it all together, district and council. And would Bob Colley like to tell us more about it?
Sure. Good evening, everybody. I'm glad you're all here. So it's the Council All-Stars Recognition Event. I'm going to ask you to sign up now. That's going to be on Saturday, March 20th. It's coming up soon from 6 to 8 p.m. in the early evening. For 2021, we have, of course, combined all the former district council Sea Scout recognition dinners into one big extravaganza. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's still a dinner because you guys can have dinner at home on your own. So that'll be great. You don't have to have the buffet or rubber chicken. You can have Chick-fil-A or go to In-N-Out. The sign-up link was in the email blast that Mark sent out to everybody today, or you can just go on the council website and it's right there staring at you, a big red icon. Click on that and you'll go to the registration page. It's only $5 per family to join in, but this doesn't, of course, cover all the costs in the event. So there is an opportunity for you there on the registration page to add a small donation. Many folks are throwing in $20, but you're welcome to throw in more and it would be appreciated. And this year is a new thing. We're celebrating Arrow of Light recipients for the first time. So that's kind of exciting. And there's 71 of them. Also our Eagle Scouts, District Award of Merit, I believe there's 4. Our Unit Award of Appreciation recipients, there's many of those, close to 40, I think, well over 30. Good job, packs and troops and ships for sending in your Unit Award of Appreciation, folks. That's great. We're also doing leadership training awards. We have a Summit Award, Quartermaster, and more. Also this year, you're going to have an opportunity to do a shout out for some of the Eagle Scouts or maybe some of the other recipients out of your unit. Only $25 for a shout out. Or you can place an ad. There's 3 different ad sizes for different remuneration. Give a nice shout out to these people. And the ads, by the way, are going to show during the ceremony, probably twice, once in the beginning, once at the end. They're also going to be listed on the council webpage eventually, and there will be a print program available, and they will be in print. So you have 3 opportunities to see your ad. Should be a great time. I forget anything? I think that's it. Any questions? Put them in the chat room. Let's see. There's a chat room's open. Let's see if I can open it and see what's going on there. Yep, got it. So sign up today, and we'll see you on March 20th.
Don't wait till the last minute. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Eric.
All right, our Pinewood Derby championships. Long Beach Area Council is coming up. Let's see here. Did we want,
Chris might be on the call.
Chris might be on the call. We could do that.
If Chris Sherarian is there.
I am here on the call. And hey, guys, thanks for the opportunity to talk about the Pinewood Derby. The team has been working on the Pinewood Derby again for this year virtually. Last year, we had so much fun doing it. We got so much great feedback that we want to do a repeat. Most importantly, we need your cars in order to make sure that we have the Pinewood Derby. So just a couple of important dates here. Saturday, April 17th. That is going to be the day that we will run your pack race for you. So since a lot of us aren't able to get together in person, maybe some units aren't getting together at all, or maybe just limited in person at this point, we'd be happy to run your race for you. All you have to do is make sure to get us your cars, get that fee in, and let's race your cars. We had so much fun doing it last year. There's a couple of videos. I believe they're still on YouTube.
Yes,
is that correct,
are.
Eric?
Yes, they
So
are.
if you want to go back and check and see how it happened last year, maybe you didn't participate last year, but you want to this year, check out those videos. I believe the links are on the Long Beach Area Council's website. And then the other important date is going to be Saturday, May 1st. That is when we're going to actually run the championship race. So all the cars, whether you ran your race or whether we're going to run your race for you, all the championship cars from those races will actually race on that day. We're also going to do a car show and have awards for various things about how those cars came out great. And then also we're going to do a loop challenge. And if you're not familiar with that, it's a loop that we insert in the track, and it leads to all sorts of mayhem. So there's also a video of that, and that was a lot of fun to do too. And then the last important date is Saturday, March 27th. If you need help building your car, we're going to help you do that. Happy to cut your car for you, happy to give you some tips. Pick our brain on it. We'd be happy to help. We want to make sure that as many Cub Scouts as available and can participate in the race. Probably one of the most fun things that we do as Cub Scouts. So there you go, Eric. Did I miss anything?
Thank you very much. Registration is available, or it is open now. And if you'll notice on the registration page, when you go there, you can enter as a pack car, you can enter as a championship car, or you can enter as a independent. If you are from a pack that's not meeting right now, or if you're not associated with any particular pack, you can still enter the race as a Cub Scout, and we will race an overall council-based pack for you, and those champions will then move on to the championship on May 1st.
Yeah, that is a very important point. We don't want anyone to miss out just because maybe their unit isn't doing it. If your Cub Scout pack isn't doing it, we'd still love to race your car, your Scout's car. So don't let that stop you. We want to make sure everyone has that opportunity to race.
And we know there's a lot of outlaws out there that want to race too, so we're offering that.
And Outlaws opened up to Troop as well, correct?
Yeah, hey, if you haven't got the Pinewood Derby out of your system by the time you're a VSA Scout, then go for it. All right, thank you very much. Long Beach Sea Base. What can we do at the Sea Base? Is Albert here or Chris?
Was the attitude?
Eric, I'm not sure I've seen Chris. John, have you seen Chris on the call yet? Because we can go to Michael and come back to Chris.
I have not seen Chris on the
I
call
think
yet.
Michael Dermody is here.
Okay.
Hi.
Let's jump ahead.
Oh, great. Hi. The really exciting news is that camp is back.
What? What's that again?
Camp is back. We will be having a summer camp here at the Long Beach Area Council.
All right.
Completely honest, it may look a little different, but the core part of camp, Scouts going up, having a chance to get outside, enjoy the outside at beautiful Camp Aquatics, have that adventure, an adventure in which, you know, many of our scouts, many of us adults, you know, we've been kind of stuck in our homes this whole time. So you will have a chance to go up and have an adventure with your troop up at camp. Now, as I said, it's going to look a little different. And I wish I could tell you right now, here's all the specifics. Part of the problem is we're waiting for the state of California to give us some final guidelines. But, you know, the way we're trying to, you know, anticipate what might happen, I think probably the biggest issue is your troop will be operating under the cohort model. I think many of us probably are familiar with cohorts in which a group of scouts basically will stay together as they go throughout the week. With this cohort model, we will try to be offering, you know, as much of our regular program as we can, outdoor related merit badges, the rifle range, archery, pool, lake. We are working on cope and climbing. So there's a lot that still will be available. What's kind of exciting for us is that we've started a new registration program, a new online registration in which, and I think Mark has included the, you know, that website. Go onto the council page. You can sign up. If you're the scout leader, you can sign up your troop. But I think what's really exciting from the point of view of a scoutmaster, you no longer have to type in the name of every scout coming up. You still can if you want. If you have nothing better to do, you can sit there and, you know, type in everyone's name, or with what is called Parent Portal, you give a code to the parent and the parent is able to put in the information for their child. You can also have the parents pay directly there. So you as a scout leader, you don't have to work on, you know, running around trying to contact everyone, collecting all the checks. Oh, wait, they forgot to bring their check. So, you know, you'll get it a little later, and then you combine all of these, and then you send one big check into the council office. Now, with the parent portal, you can have parents not only fill out the information for their scouts, but also make their payment directly. The early bird fee, because we want to have scouts going to camp, basically everyone will be on the early bird fee. We want to make sure that we can get as many of our scouts up to camp as possible. The other issue that looks a little differently is that we will be doing patrol dining. Patrol dining, you know, it's something that's very, very long heritage in scouting and as well as Camp Aquatics. Basically, we will be getting food and we will be bringing your food out to the campsite, and then you'll be cooking in the campsite. Now, I know not every troop may be prepared for this. And so Joe Warner, our council camp director, and I, we're working on, you know, trying to find, you know, for troops who don't have cooking equipment, you know, maybe we can find a stove for them to use. We're also going to make sure that our staff members are going to be there providing extra help throughout the mealtime as well. Our staffing model is also changing. We're going to be going closer to what used to be called the Unit Ranger program, in which a staff member, instead of scouts going around and visiting different staff members, there will be a staff member assigned to your troop and will be with your troop most of the day and taking your troop through the various places in camp. So it's really a very exciting program that's coming up. We're looking forward to this. We're starting to get the staff ready. They're looking forward to this. And I think most important, camp will have people again. I'm not sure if you've been up there recently. I've gone up a couple of times to talk with Joe, and it is very strange to walk around camp and have no sounds. Okay, at first it's kind of nice. Oh, look, you know, you've got solitude. And then you realize what's missing is the sound of scouts. So we look forward to, once again in this summer, having the sound, hearing scouts and leaders having a great time up at Camp Aquatics.
Great, thank you, Michael. We got a couple of questions that came in through our chat with regard to how is chow working. I think you helped answer that with regard to patrol dining and campsite cook. Is there any camp supplied food? Is it going to be the troops' responsibility to bring all your own food and your own cooks, if you will?
Your own cooks, but we'll have the food.
Okay,
We'll be able to provide the food for you.
great. All right. Do you still expect to have like a small group rotations and circulation through the camp? And if you have a large troop, it might be divided up a little bit during the day.
Yes, if you're a very large troop, and actually what we'll be doing is we'll be contacting you to help you determine how to set up your cohorts.
Okay. Any plans for Cub Scouts at camp in the near future?
Yes, we're developing some plans.
Okay, to be announced.
Right.
And yeah.
How will the merit badges work? As they go to a program area, they'll be able to work and choose which merit badge they want to work on. Our scheduling is going to be a little different so that we can accommodate a wider range. The simplest form is saying when scouts, when your cohort goes to say the nature lodge, they can say, okay, our troop wants to work on, soil and water and fish and wildlife. But if you have a scout who has both of those, we'll have some type of independent study for them. So they will stay in their cohort, but they'll be able to work on their merit badge.
All right. So you really do have to kind of stay as a group.
As of now, yes.
Okay. And your weeks for camp at this point, which weeks are they?
We have 4 weeks starting on the 4th of July. So July 4 to 10, 11 to 17, 18 to 24, and the 25th to the 31st.
Okay. And for those that are not familiar with the days that you arrive on a Sunday, correct, afternoon?
Yes, you'll be arriving Sunday and then leaving Saturday morning.
There you go. All right. Any other questions? Family camping. Oh, yeah. So family camping opportunities in the future.
At this point, the county and the state are not allowing it. Trust me, as soon as the county says go for it, we want to go for it.
And, and they're also asking about before or after. So I would assume that once camp opens, we'll be able to do that. In fact, we're now beginning to plan for things kind of coming back, like Weebelow's weekend.
Yes.
And those sorts of things. So look for that. Joe is at training this week, and as soon as he gets back, we're gonna get his feet running on getting some of these other programs back in place.
Mike, what new features are we going to have to look forward to when we go back to camp?
Well, first of all, I'm not sure if I call it a new feature, but the biggest thing we have to look forward to is being outdoors. I think that alone, scouts are just going to be so happy to be outdoors that it will feel like it's something brand new. Not only for the scouts, but probably for the adults as well.
How about our cabins? I mean, how about the log cabins?
The trading post cabin, the old Barton Flat store cabin, the exterior is almost finished, and we have Dave Houston is still hard at work at refurbishing the inside.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, thank you so much, Michael, for the update.
Hey, Eric, I think we have Chris Macy joined us, so we can back up and talk about activities at the sea base.
Okay, our other point of interest, our sea base.
Yeah, sorry guys, I was on a very lovely 2-hour webinar for program for National BSA. So I don't know if the communication got sent all the way to you, Eric, but I knew I was going to run a couple minutes late here, so I apologize for my tardiness.
No problem. We've adapted.
Yeah. So, some exciting new things coming up here for the Sea Base, and the most important thing is, like you see at the top of the of that screen there, is for the latest information here, always go to our website, longbeachbsa.org/seabase. We'll get you to our site, and from there we've got nice button links and all sorts of information for you for everything that's upcoming. But we're pretty excited for being able to open back up. I'm sure you guys have already spoke about it a little bit, but that red tier is right on the cusp here. And with it comes the ability to expand our offerings a little bit more, get a little bit back to normal, and be able to do some of the things that we love to do. And see some of you smiling faces again. I was also very interested to hear today about the CDC recommendations for those that have been vaccinated versus those that have not. So
might be a little distinction there.
Yeah, if you want a little light reading because you have insomnia, go check that out on the CDC website tonight.
So what can you do at Seabase right now?
Yeah. So what's going on right now is we've got our Spring Aquatics Camp coming up here. And that Spring Aquatics Camp is going to be a hybrid model for our Scouts BSA. We're going to offer 4 virtual badges, including 2 Eagle Required and 2 Fun badges. And we're going to offer another 6 Aquatics badges that are going to be part Zoom and part in person down there. Very similar for those of you who are involved in our summer program last year. It's a very similar type format. So we will be offering that. In addition to that, we're going to be opening up a little more here in April for our units to be able to come and join us. And so if you want to come out and do kayaking or canoeing, if you need a place to come meet and have your scouts gather, whether it be just to have a den meeting or to get your patrol together or something like that, we can offer you a space to be able to do that. In addition to having the sea base and the outside facilities that we do there, we've also got some great proximity to some nice meeting spaces, such as the Greenbelt Bowl area, we call it, across the street. It's great for practicing and learning scout skills and teaching those types of things. We run our Trail to First Class program right out of that Greenbelt area over there. There's also Mother's Beach, which is the large park next door and playground and beach area, which do offer volleyball nets and some other opportunities over there to be able to spread out in some more grass area and do some more things with your patrols and your dens. Again, we still, until we hit that red tier, have to stay with that 16 people maximum. But other than that, there's also opportunities to do things like the bike ride that left off from the sea base last fall was a fantastic opportunity, and thank you to the Talogs, for organizing that. We've got 5 miles of coast there to go for a ride. We've also got some great hiking opportunities to do some urban hiking, and I know Dave Simon has set up a couple of very cool hikes around our city area to be able to do that, and you can launch those right off from the sea base. And then of course there's coordinating with other units such as our Sea Scout ships and such to be able to go out and do some joint ventures of some sort, whether that might be able to be going out on a boat, whether that might be learning some of the Sea Scout, activities and what we call regattas and competitions and things like that. So those are opportunities as well to coordinate and get some more exposure to your particular scouts. And again, that's on across all levels. It's not just Cub Scouts. It's not just Scouts BSA. If you're exploring, if you're venturing, whatever it may be, those opportunities are available for all the units. And then when it comes to the individuals, Again, I mentioned the Spring Aquatics Camp, and you know, Mark, if we can pass on forward there, we've got Woodworking Merit Badge coming up. So we're going to offer in April the Woodworking Merit Badge. Actually, I think it's the first 2 weeks in May, excuse me. One of the things that the Sea Base does really, really well is aquatics programming, right? Well, that's a no-brainer. We're right on the water. Our location suits that very well. But the other thing we do very, very well is all the shop programs, all the shop badges and those types of advancement opportunities, because as Sea Scouts, we maintain our own vessels. And so we have all the equipment there to be able to do that. So we're going to offer the Woodworking Merit Badge. We're also going to offer for the Cubs some of those Build It elective badges, belt loops and such. And so, yes, that technically is only for bear and weeblo as far as the belt loop goes, but that doesn't mean that as a younger cub, you can't come down and partake in the activities. And maybe we might even get Mr. Fullerton there to teach us how to make another, birdhouse or a jewelry box or something. You know, I didn't see him hit his thumb yet, so I'm still waiting for that opportunity.
That's a good sign.
And, you know, I mentioned that Trail to First Class. We are going to offer that. I know we did try to launch that program in January, and there was some excitement that built around that. And we are going to bring it back. We were able to get clear of COVID and able to get some more staffing resources available to us to be able to make that program happen. And finally, we're gonna end our spring season rolling right into Summer Aquatics Camp. And Summer Aquatics Camp is going to be 9 weeks. And it's going to kick off there June 21st. And that will include all our scouts out there. We will indeed bring back our Cub Aquatics Camp. It was very successful last summer. And it's really a great opportunity for you as Cubs to come out and see what the Sea Base is all about and, get outdoors again, because I know we've all been missing that interaction and that opportunity. So again, monitor our website, check it out. Give me an email or a call or something, and I'm happy to have those discussions. If your meetings or your outings are more than 16 people, we can definitely break those up into 2 separate cohorts. And that way, we can send people out or have you meet in different spaces or whatever it may be. We can definitely accommodate that. So, we can be creative. Let's figure out ways together to get you guys back out there and enjoying the scouting program that we have and love. So
that sounds excellent. I know that my son's already signed up for Spring Aquatics Camp, and so I do know that the registration is open and it's filling up. So get out there and sign up, register for that Spring Aquatics Camp right now.
I do appreciate that, Eric. Thank you for your time, and I will be around if anybody has any further questions.
Yeah, Chris, there is a question there. And Eric, maybe you're picking up the same thing there on pricing in the chat. Pricing for Cub Aquatics.
So we're going to try and do our best to flatline from last year on our Cub Aquatics pricing. As you all know, minimum wage is continuing to raise all the way through next year of where it'll go up to $15 an hour. So it's difficult to keep our pricing the same. But you should expect it somewhere in that $225 a week range. But we will, we're working hard on developing our program because we wanted to build on last year. Last year, we were restricted heavily with COVID, and this year we're anticipating to be able to have more activity and more interaction and such. So we are looking for an enhanced version of that, and so expect that information to be available on our website by the end of this month. We will have it up there.
And I think the $220 was for Summer Aquatics Camp. Is that correct?
Yes, that was for the Cub Aquatics Camp. That's correct. Yeah, for the Scouts BSA, spring camp, it's far less expensive because
it's a deal. It's a steal at $120.
It is, because it's a hybrid. So you're doing part online and part in person. So whereas the Cub Aquatics that we run is a full week at camp where they're there, 8:30 to 4 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Very good. Thank you. That's a lot of information. Everyone, this Long Beach Sea Base is a very unique place and opportunity for us as a council. Not many councils have a sea base, and I would say none of them have a sea base like ours. So, thank you.
Eric, there's a question, and maybe Chris and Michael want to chime in on this, respective to each camp. But there's a question here about protocols on wiping surfaces down. You guys want to talk about that?
Well, yes, I know for Talkwitz there will be some protocols, and once we have it, we're going to be publishing it. The problem right now is we don't want to publish something and then find out later that the guidelines are, well, you've got to do something differently. So yes, definitely, we're going to publish all of those.
Okay. We probably don't know.
We did have protocols last summer for the family camping, and we did have them in place. There are CDC protocols out there, but it's unknown at this time. I'll touch on it in a minute. It's unknown whether or not what California is going to adopt. I'll touch on that in a minute.
And likely the same for tenting. You probably have to stay at the same family pod, if anything. Okay, Chris, do you have anything different as far as sea base camps are concerned?
Sure. I mean, I'm happy to report on, we're going to be doing something very similar to last year. And, the Long Beach Sea Base inherently in its programming is an outdoor venue and an outdoor activity. We do have indoor spacing, but, who wants to come and sit inside when you're in beautiful, sunny Southern California? You want to get out there and get on the water. So, our activities take place outdoors. The CDC and the local and state guidelines say that we can't provide any food or anything. So we don't really have a trading post of any sort. So the only reason people come inside is to use the restroom. We do provide all sorts of sanitizing capabilities for each individual user of the restroom to utilize. In addition to that, once an hour, we have a cleaning crew, a dedicated cleaning crew that comes around and cleans the restrooms and any, frequently touched surfaces. In addition to that, each group is assigned to their own table area that is distanced from others. It's an outdoor table area, so that's where they eat their lunch. That's where they do their activities. They all have sanitizing stations and capabilities associated with them. And I'm very, very proud to report that we served nearly 500 youth last summer and didn't have a single incident of COVID or even a single scare. We didn't have to shut down. We didn't have to pause. And we didn't have to even look over our shoulder. And that's a huge testament to our staff and just the magnificent job that they did. I frequently heard from parents, with our, contactless pickup and drop off system, which was drive through. Some of the parents, I swear, didn't even slow down. They just out the door.
And move on.
Say, go have fun, go get wet, get out of here. But I continuously heard from them just how safe they felt with our staff and our entrance and exit protocols and everything that we had in place. And part of that, Eric, as I'm sure is just optics, right? It's about having it out in the customer's face, in the community's face. And the fact that we had tables and chairs and cones and this and that and everything set up, they very much understood that this was a very different experience than what they have ever had before. And we are taking this seriously. So again, a big compliment to my staff, and we'll carry that forward this year.
We're truly showing that a scout is trustworthy, and we're showing that a scout is clean. Thank you. Okay, I think we're going to move on to our reopening guidelines. Since we started already talking about what we can do at camp, let's talk about the rest of the council. John.
Sure. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I did want to say, in case we didn't, I don't think I heard it about, on the recognition, because we have, I know, one or two of them on the call with our Silver Beaver recipients, Stephen Haas from Troop 65, and then our own registrar, Sandy Van Wyk. Those are two Silver Beaver recipients. And then the District Award of Merit earners that we will be recognizing from Neptune District, Bill Ridgway, and then from the Iron Star District, Brian Tobin, Rob Tognoli, and Telma Woolley. So congratulations to all of those. So I do hope you'll tune in on March 20th. All right, so reopening. Let's talk about it. So this is very, very fluid. Things are constantly changing. I just saw a ABC article just right before we came on that they're projecting that we're going to go into the red tier in LA County as early as Monday. So that's changing. We've already alluded to the fact that the CDC has come out with, updated guidelines about those that have had the COVID vaccine, updated guidelines about mask wearing. So almost daily, there's a new guideline that's being released. But I want to say that in most cases, we are governed by different jurisdictions than the surrounding councils. I know we get a lot of questions. Camp Tockwitz is in San Bernardino County, so Camp Tockwitz is under jurisdiction there. And in Long Beach has a separate health department, separate and apart from the county of LA. So a good majority of our membership falls under the Long Beach health departments. So we do have that, and then Chris also mentioned it. Especially like whenever it comes to the sea base that we lease from the city, it's about optics and appearance, and the city of Long Beach and the Parks and Rec department in particular has been pretty paranoid about safety whenever it comes to COVID and the protocols that we followed. So they keep a pretty sharp eye on things that all of their leaseholders are doing. Also, follow the BSA Restart Scouting Checklist. That's available off a link on our website. You can go to the BSA. You can just Google BSA Restart Scouting Checklist, and it'll take you directly to the PDF, and it has kind of a step-by-step guide to go through and how you're restarting your unit and activities and things like that you should be doing. There's a few things that you should ask, and most of it is common sense. Number one, is it allowed? Number two, can you do it safely? And number three, really, should you be doing it? But really, if you do decide to meet and do activities as a unit, just remember that not everyone in your unit has the same level of comfort when it comes to activities. We discuss it in our office, even though our office staff has shrunk over the last little bit. Each one of us has a different level of comfort with interactions and things like that. So just remember, if you're going to do something, you want to try to plan activities that can include or a series of activities that can include everyone, because not everyone is going to be comfortable in meeting in person. So let's talk about some tips to reduce the chances of an outbreak. It's, again, all the things that have been talked about for the last year. Everyone continues to wear masks as long as those guidelines are in place. Stay 6 feet apart or 8 feet apart during physical exertion. And that's right out of the youth sports guidelines. Do activities outside whenever possible. So as things open up and we're able to do a few things inside, be sure to, but if you want to really reduce your exposure, you can do things outside. And if you don't feel well, stay home. Or if you've been exposed to even a possible exposure, stay home. And these are things that certainly we have been talking about for a year. My wife, for her school district, is also a contact tracer. And the key question in the contact tracing is, have you been within 6 feet of someone for more than 15 minutes in the last 24 hours? And if the answer is yes, then that's a possible contact. So the best way to mitigate it is keep your distance, and then if you follow then mask, being outside, your chances of an exposure really drop significantly. So the matrix that we posted, and we'll go over here in just a minute, represents what we anticipate for each of the tier, and will, it says could, I will say that it will change as we get more guidance. And so our commitment is that we want to open up as much as we can. Frankly, I think we have been more open than other LA councils. But we're somewhat hampered by the fact whenever it comes to Camp Talkwitz, because San Bernardino County, they have not allowed us to open. The good news is, though, there was a conference call with the head of the California Department of Health, and we have been promised that they will release the guidelines for resident camp by the end of this month. And so that's really has been the holdup, is that the state has not released what the standards are for resident camps to open yet. So Michael and Joe are trying to make plans based on the CDC guidelines, but we don't know if the state is, how closely the state is going to follow those. When it comes to the sea base, we've been operating under the day camp guidelines, which the city of Long Beach did adopt, and that's how the sea base has been able to open. Just be aware too that you're governed by the rules of where your activity is taking place. So, but just also be aware that travel should only be within family members right now, and so you shouldn't be mixing your bubble. But if you're going to go do something down in Orange County, which right now has a tendency to be a little more open than LA County is, you're going to be governed by where you're going. If we open up and somebody else is more is still in a purple tier, if we go to red and you go to another county that's in the purple tier, you're going to be governed by the purple tier guidelines for that county. So you need to do some research, figure out what tier that they are in and what is allowable for wherever you are going. And that's going to guide it, especially if it's more stringent than what we're doing. So as you can see right now, we're in the purple tier, and this is not intended to cover every single scenario. There's just no way that we can do that. But we're going to try to navigate this. This is all new for us as well. But generally, unit meetings are governed by the youth sports practice or youth sports protocols. So if you're having any questions on that about what your unit can do, you can just Google that. We'll put links out to that. That information is out there in the red tier. But right now for unit meetings, it's outdoors under the youth sports protocols. Camp Talkwitz, we anticipate that when San Bernardino goes into the red, we'll be able to do day use. We are going to try to petition them for overnight family camping and move on for that. But until further notice, that's what we're going to be doing. The sea beach is going to continue to operate under the day camp protocols. So whenever it says indoor activities, that's for day camps that are operated by the council. And just whatever you read that. So unit meetings inside for the sea base, I don't know when. We're going to have to wait for guidance from the city on when we're going to be able to do that. And then you can see as we move forward, it's kind of a tier open. We are anticipating that, again, that we'll be able to operate summer camp. We don't know exactly the capacity, rather for resident camp this summer, what that capacity will be. There was a question about tenting. I would anticipate, because it's on the cohort model, and a lot of camps do use cabins and things like that, like YMCA camps and others, that they will need to be sleeping indoors. So I imagine that tenting, as long as it's within the cohort is going to be allowed for at least 2 people to tent together. They may have some standards on square footage that we would have to see, but as long as they're in the cohort, it's you just have to be really careful not to mix the cohorts at summer camp. I know there was a question regarding that. As you can see, then we move over to yellow, and now even after we did this, the governor added a green tier, and so I haven't had a chance to really evaluate that, but I'm assuming that green tier means that we're pretty much back to normal-ish operations. The big thing is that as we head into the red tier, we're going to try to open up. Chris and I and Mark are tuning in to almost all of the updates that either the governor or the mayor of Long Beach are given, and we're trying to keep on top of it so that as we can communicate, as we find out new information, we can communicate that to you. I think that's really it. You can this is again available out on the website, and we are going to start moving forward with some family camping plans up at Tockwitz. Like I said, Webelos weekend, and as soon as we can get and digest the resident camp standards, which has been a very frustrating process for those that were close to me. I had an infarction the other morning whenever they were talking about opening up baseball stadiums, but yet for opening day in April, but yet we still didn't even have the standards for resident camp yet about to open. I got a little upset, but we've made some progress, and we're very excited to see you all at summer camp.
All right, looking forward to it. Mark, can you tell us a little bit about what's coming up for membership?
Yeah, certainly, Eric. Building off of this potential move into new tiers, we are getting ready to welcome new families. So spring and summer recruitment is here, and our message for you tonight is that we have materials ready for you. So if you'd like flyers, if you'd like e-flyers, we can put those together for you. We can customize them, put your name, put your contact. You just send me an email. You can let us know in the chat, or drop me an email. Again, my name is Mark, and most of you should have my email, or it's very easily accessible. Let me know, and let's chat about what resources you can use to welcome new families. Because just like all of us, there's going to be a lot of pent-up energy, I think, for families to get outdoors. So we'll be ready for that. The second thing I'll just roll right into here are unit fundraisers that we have coming up. So for popcorn, this is the one option you can do. And I will say, just as it says at the top there, that not all families in your unit have to participate, number one. You can have some families participate, some not. And you can also do both, or one or the other, popcorn or camp cards. For popcorn, you buy it online and it ships direct to the customer. We do have a small inventory here at the office that you can come by, set an appointment with me, with anybody here at the office, and you can pick up popcorn and go sell that, or you can buy it online and it ships direct to the customer. The Scout earns 35% and also Amazon gift cards for selling. For camp cards, just a quick rundown there, it's a $10 physical card. So we do have a lot more information now than we did last month. The card has been ordered. And aside from the physical card, there will be a virtual code, or a code that you can use virtually and send it to people all around the country and other areas of the state. Wherever they are, they can use the deals there. You can see in yellow, I won't read all of them there, but for a $10 card, you automatically get $10 off Smart and Final. So there's the cost of the card, and then a whole bunch of other offers there as well. The card sells itself. It's very easy to sell, and we have a lot of scouts and leaders that like to do that. The pickup will begin April 1st. So we're aiming for April. It could be the 2nd or so, but it'll take a few weeks for the cards to get to us. So there's more information on the respective sites, popcorn, camp cards, that you can look at there.
Great. Just on those two notes, the the fundraisers and the membership, we really do need our units, our packs and our troops, ships and crews to start thinking ahead. We're coming out of this COVID, thankfully. We see light at the end of the tunnel, and we need to recharge our units again. We need to bring them back. And there's a lot of youth out there that really needs somewhere to go, somewhere to be, somewhere to belong. So let's get off of our seats now and start looking ahead.
Few questions on the camp cards, Eric, that I'll answer from the chat, and then we'll move right along. So the first question is the commission on camp cards. I mentioned 35% commission on popcorn, and it's going to be about the same for camp cards. So the scout for a $10 card will earn anywhere between $3 and $4. I'm estimating $3.50 or so. And there was another question about camp cards expiring. It's good till the end of the year. So all of the deals for Smart and Final, for El Pollo Loco, you name it, Big Five and so forth, they're all good through December of this year. Our sales campaign will be April and May, but anybody is welcome to sell throughout the entire year or the summer as you wish. So there you go.
And I really like the virtual or the remote option on that card. We have people, relatives that are out of town. They say, well, why am I buying a camp card if the discounts are local to you but not to me? And that option to go online and get the coupons, get the discounts from their own local area is fantastic. So that's how you can sell cards to other people that are not in the LA area. Okay, office and shop hours. We're looking at the month of March here and April, beginning of April. Look ahead. Here we are on the 11th. The office and shops basically open during the week. We're open for in-person. You can also call ahead and ask for a purchase of a particular thing, and they'll have it ready for you. And contact Sandy for that, and they'll have it available in the parking lot for you to drive by and pick it up. It's real easy. Okay, we have a little time to open it up to any questions that you might have stirring in your brains. Before we close out this particular roundtable, our next roundtable is on April 8th. As always, it's the second Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. via Zoom. Eventually, we'll get back to in-person roundtables. I think we'll always have a virtual element to it at this point. I think it's very successful. And so for those that can't drive in or make it in person, you'll still be able to get information virtually. So any particular questions, raise your hand, add it to chat.
I think, Eric, I think either Brian or Candace Bartel had a question. If they're still on the line, feel free to ask that, guys.
Yeah, unmute yourself if you can. I can't see everybody all at the same time, so. All right, how are you guys doing in your units? Are you meeting? Are you getting things done? Are you getting outdoors? Also, think about your neighboring units or the people that you know in other units that might not be meeting right now. It's important to reach out to them and say, hey, you know what? Let's start doing this again. Let's get our units active. Let's get some activities, and maybe you can pull some of the scouts that are in other units that aren't doing something and offer your activities to them as well.
Hey, Eric, this is Tom Soto.
Yeah,
Trip
Tom.
65. Yeah, we've actually been doing some good things outdoors. We had some hikes going on and trying to be as active as possible. But what I would want to offer maybe for summer camp is for any of the smaller troops that need cooking gear or guidance in that, we have a lot of gear that we
Oh,
can
wow.
share and for troops to borrow. So we're more than willing to help out any troop that needs that kind of assistance.
That's a fantastic offer. So contact yourself or contact anybody in particular?
Well, you can contact
Contact the
myself.
council office and they'll get a hold of you.
Yeah, either way, we just need to know what kind of gear, because we have pretty much everything, and it's been sitting for a year, so if we can use it, we definitely want to do that.
Absolutely.
Eric, if I could share, Pack 75, we decided to go ahead and move forward with having our Pinewood Derby outside. And we're using Shutterfly to have them sign up in like cohorts. So we're hoping to have it run smoothly and then send our finalists to your championship. And then our option for parents that don't feel comfortable with that would be to send their car to the actual council race that could then head to championships too. So I like that was great that we had those two options.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad you offered those two options. When's your race? When's your derby?
Weigh in 20th, race day the 27th of March.
All right. Fantastic. Okay, well, the hour is about 8 o'clock. I do appreciate all of you tuning in tonight and offering your questions and being part of the Long Beach Area Council. Be well and be active, everyone. Thank you very much and good night.
Good night, everyone.